Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
An hour ago, a silence louder than words shook the entire entertainment world. Liu Yuning remained quiet, while Zhao Lusi's agency broke the unspoken rules of the industry and revealed secrets that no one expected. Fans are stunned, insiders are whispering, and the question is clear. What's really happening behind the glamorous curtain of fame? The entertainment industry thrives on mystery, but this time the veil has been ripped apart. Cool Entertainment, usually known for fiercely protecting their artists, has taken an unprecedented step, turning against their own star, Zhao Lusi. They claim hidden truths, secret romances, and broken contracts. Yet, the silence of Liu Yuning, her frequent co-star and rumored love interest, may be the most powerful statement of all. Cool Entertainment's decision to step into the spotlight and speak against Zhao Lusi is nothing short of extraordinary, not only because of the weight of the claims, but also because of what it reveals about the fragile relationship between stars and their agencies. For years, entertainment companies in China and across the world have operated under a silent agreement. Protect the artist, maintain the image, and let the show go on no matter what storms rage behind the curtain. Yet, by breaking this code and exposing what they describe as Zhao Lusi's hidden two-year romance, Cool Entertainment has set off an earthquake in an industry built on carefully manufactured illusions. The revelation does not merely accuse Zhao Lusi of being in love in secret. Love itself is not the scandal. What strikes so deeply is the suggestion that layers of deception were carefully arranged to shield the truth from the very fans who had supported her rise to stardom. The allegation paints a picture of decoy dates, manipulated schedules, and posts designed to mislead the public eye. For an actress whose reputation has been shaped around innocence and authenticity, these claims feel like a direct attack on the foundation of her image. They strike at the bond of trust between celebrity and audience, a bond more powerful than any contract or advertisement deal. But why would the agency choose to reveal this now? This is the question that lingers. Some interpret it as a desperate attempt to regain authority over a star who has outgrown the management's control. Others see it as an act of betrayal, a company choosing to sacrifice its brightest name in order to shield itself from deeper, darker controversies that have yet to surface. It is possible that this disclosure is less about truth and more about power, less about romance and more about who holds the strings in an industry where appearances are everything. For Zhao Lusi, the allegations carry more than financial risks. They strike at her identity as an artist beloved for her charm, relatability, and honesty. If fans believe she has lied, the damage could be irreversible. Yet, there is also another possibility. If she faces this storm with courage, if she reclaims her own story rather than allowing the agency's voice to define her, this scandal could transform her from a carefully managed starlet into a self-made figure of independence. What the agency has revealed may be shocking, but the way Zhao Lusi chooses to respond could determine not just the future of her career, but the shifting balance of power between artists and the companies that claim to own their stories. Liu Yuning's silence has become one of the most unsettling aspects of this unfolding scandal, a silence that seems louder than any public statement he could have made. For a performer who has built much of his career on openness, connecting daily with millions of fans through social media updates, live streams, and personal messages, the sudden disappearance feels like an earthquake. 72 hours without a word is not simply an absence. It is a void filled with speculation, projections, and fear. Each passing hour of quiet has invited more questions than answers, and in the world of celebrity, questions can often be more destructive than facts. Silence in such a charged moment is not neutral. It carries weight, and every observer interprets it through their own lens. Some argue that Liu Yuning's withdrawal is the wisest course of action, a protective wall built on legal advice to avoid entanglement in a controversy that could jeopardize his own rising career. Others see it as a signal of loyalty, a choice to refrain from speaking when words could harm someone he cares deeply for. Yet there are those who interpret the quiet as avoidance, a form of guilty hesitation, as though he has something to hide. In an era where fans expect constant transparency, the absence of communication often feels like betrayal. The emotional impact of this silence reaches far beyond the surface. For his admirers who have grown accustomed to his daily presence, this sudden gap feels like abandonment, a break in the unspoken contract of intimacy between star and audience. They look back at his past interviews, searching for clues in his body language, re-examining old social media posts for hidden messages, and wondering whether the cheerful, energetic image he projected was masking a deeper, more conflicted reality. Silence, in this case, becomes a stage upon which every insecurity, every rumor, and every suspicion plays itself out. Yet silence can also be a kind of resistance. By choosing not to add his voice to the storm, Liu Yuning may be refusing to play by the rules of sensationalism. Perhaps his quiet is a shield, protecting both himself and Zhao Lusi from words that, once spoken, can never be taken back. Perhaps his silence is not weakness but strength, a way of saying that not all truths must be shouted to the crowd. Still, in the relentless glare of the public eye, silence rarely brings peace. Instead, it amplifies tension, leaving the world waiting, questioning, and wondering what will happen when Liu Yuning finally breaks it. The emotional fallout from this scandal has been nothing less than seismic, reverberating through fan communities, the entertainment industry, and even casual observers who once saw Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning as symbols of charm and possibility. At the heart of the storm lies a profound sense of betrayal. For many fans, Zhao Lusi was more than an actress. She embodied innocence, relatability, and the dream that stardom could coexist with sincerity. To hear that her carefully cultivated image might have been built on deception feels like a personal wound. Trust, once broken, is not easily repaired. And for supporters who invested their emotions, time, and even money into her career, the accusations cut deeper than simple gossip. At the same time, the fallout is not confined to disappointment. It has sparked a whirlwind of conflicting emotions: anger, sadness, confusion, and even denial. Some fans refuse to believe the allegations, clinging tightly to the version of Zhao Lusi they have always known, while others turn their frustration on the agency, convinced this is a calculated act of sabotage. In online spaces, the emotional divide is stark. Heated arguments erupt between those defending her and those dissecting every piece of supposed evidence. What began as a revelation has now become a collective emotional battlefield, where the stakes are not just about truth, but about loyalty, identity, and belonging. Liu Yuning's silence adds another layer of emotional turbulence. His absence has created an atmosphere of anxiety among his followers, who once found joy in his daily presence. For them, the lack of communication feels like abandonment, amplifying the sense of instability already created by the scandal. The combination of silence, accusation, and speculation has left fans in a state of limbo, uncertain of where to place their trust or how to reconcile the images they once cherished with the new reality being forced upon them. Yet, within this chaos, there is also a profound reminder of the fragile bond between celebrities and those who adore them. Fans often project their hopes and ideals onto public figures, turning them into symbols larger than life. When those symbols shatter, the emotional impact can feel deeply personal. The fallout is not only about Zhao Lusi or Liu Yuning. It is about the thousands of people whose sense of connection, inspiration, and faith in authenticity has been shaken. Whether this moment becomes a permanent scar or a chance for renewal will depend on how the truth unfolds and how these stars choose to address the hearts they have left trembling. The bigger picture behind this scandal reaches far beyond the personal lives of Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning. What is unfolding is not merely a story of romance or silence, but a reflection of the power structures that shape the entire entertainment industry. For decades, agencies have held a near-absolute grip over their artists, controlling not only contracts and careers, but also personal images, narratives, and even the smallest details of private lives. Cool Entertainment's choice to expose its own star is a rare crack in that carefully constructed facade, one that reveals how fragile and volatile these relationships truly are. The implications are enormous. If an agency can so openly turn against a star at the peak of her fame, it raises questions about how much autonomy artists truly have, and how vulnerable they remain even at the height of success. For other celebrities, this moment is a warning. The protection of an agency may come with hidden conditions, and loyalty can be shattered when business interests collide with personal truths. For fans, it dismantles the comforting illusion that agencies always act in the best interest of their artists. At the same time, this controversy could ignite a deeper conversation about balance and reform. In an era where audiences crave authenticity and stars connect directly with fans through social media, the old model of absolute agency control feels increasingly outdated. If Zhao Lusi chooses to confront this head-on, she may not only fight for her own survival, but also inspire a shift toward greater independence for artists in China and beyond. The scandal may seem rooted in secrecy and betrayal, but its bigger picture is about change. The struggle between control and freedom, illusion and truth, and whether the industry is ready to let its stars finally own their own stories. What happens next in this unfolding storm is perhaps the most intriguing question of all. Already, the ripples are spreading far beyond Zhao Lusi, and Liu Yuning as brands, producers, and industry insiders watch closely to decide their next moves. Endorsement deals worth millions are hanging in the balance, and scripts that once seemed certain may now be quietly rewritten to remove names suddenly considered risky. The scandal has become more than a private matter. It is shaping business strategies and rewriting opportunities across the entertainment field. Yet, amidst the chaos, there is another angle emerging, one of resilience and reinvention. Zhao Lusi's latest drama is still drawing record audiences, suggesting that even in the middle of controversy, the pull of her talent and star power remains undeniable. This tension between downfall and opportunity creates a narrative where her future could go in either direction: collapse under the weight of scandal or rise stronger by reclaiming her voice. For Liu Yuning too, the silence may eventually transform into a moment of clarity, a chance to define himself on his own terms. What comes next will not only decide their individual paths, but may also set the tone for how the entire industry chooses to handle truth, power, and loyalty in the years ahead. So we're left with questions that touch both heart and mind. Is this the fall of an icon, or the rebirth of a stronger, more independent star? Is Liu Yuning's silence a sign of weakness, or a quiet shield for someone he truly cares about? In scandals like this, truth and perception collide, and only time will reveal which side survives. Thank you for watching Update X24H. If you've been moved, shocked, or inspired by this story, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and join our community as we continue to uncover the stories that shape the entertainment world. Stay tuned, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next update.